Welcome back to the 10th episode of the Benchwarmers podcast. We have a little bit of an announcement for you guys. We've gotten a few requests over the last few weeks, and we are not moving, but we are adding another platform you guys can listen to us on. We are now on Spotify. Our name there is different than what it is here. It's Cleveland Benchwarmers, so you can find us easier. Our normal name is a little bit buried in dozens of podcasts. So you can now find us on Spotify at Cleveland Benchwarmers. And so
True.
welcome back to the pod. I'm Jacob.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Baden.
All right, so let's get right into it. The Cavs, coming off a 6-game West Coast away streak, have won 5 in a row. And I'm gonna let Sam kind of go.
So the last time the Cavs went 5-1 on a West Coast stand or on a road trip in general, I believe, was 2016. Now, can anybody want to raise their hand and tell me what else the Cavs did in 2016?
I
Baden?
believe I believe I don't fully remember, but I think they might have won something called a championship.
Oh
That's
yeah, I
so
do kind of
crazy.
remember that. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Weren't the Warriors like in that game too?
Yeah,
they-
didn't they
it's
blow
kinda
a
like-
3-1 lead?
It's so crazy. Imagine being the best team in NBA history and blowing a 3-1 lead.
Yeah,
The Cavs?
it'd be wild.
Unbelievable.
It'd be wild. It haunts Kevin Durant. No wait, yeah.
Oh, not Kevin Durant. Wrong
Let's move
team.
on. Let's
Wrong
move on.
team.
Move on.
He wasn't there yet. Anyway,
So the Cavs came away with a 114-107 win against the Kevin Durant-less Nets today. Kyrie and James Harden still played, but this Cavs team has shown Actually, hold on. Sorry, 1 second. You can read our recap of that Cavs Nets game on our Twitter. What's our Twitter handle, Jacob?
it is now changed to be closer to our Spotify name. It is at Benchwarmers CLE.
For that, guys, we post nothing but bangers over there, so make sure you go and give us a follow. But so back to the non-plugging. This very, very young Cavs team has shown like an unprecedented amount of resilience. 2 games ago against the Thunder, we came back from down 18 in the third quarter. That was also the game that Darius Garland, #NBA All-Star, dropped 27 points to 18 assists with 2 turnovers. I mean, the guy is just on a different level of elite. I think that Darius Garland has been like such a revelation for the Cavs this year, and he's just been such a great leader for this playoff team, 4th in the conference.
Yeah.
I
think that kind of, at this point last season, if we had the same road trip, that's where it breaks you. Because it's close games against average to good teams. Last year, we lose 5 out of 6, at least.
Calling the Thunder an average to good team. That's so crazy.
Well, I mean, we went down 8. Except for the Thunder. And maybe the Kings. Whatever. I think that we're right around halfway through the season. That's the backbreaker in a season where your team doesn't have what it takes. But this Cavs team, they've shown how much of a contender they are this last week and a half. With this, I guess now it's a 7-game stretch where they've gone 6-1, I think.
Yep, that's right.
They've really shown that they can beat these good teams away. They played 6 games in 9 nights. I keep repeating that it's all away, but they're all away games. It's very impressive.
Yeah, no. Back to that Darius Garland thing. Darius Garland, before this Nets game, he had 33 assists to 3 turnovers. I mean, don't
That's
feel like there's much else to say about that. He is an all-star. I mean, look, who's ahead of him right now? Derrick Rose?
Derrick Rose and Kyrie are ahead.
Kyrie was ahead of him.
Kyrie.
That's ridiculous.
I think Kyrie was literally ahead of him in the All-Star voting, which is wild.
The size of a market can be so unfair.
Yeah, which is because it used to be, there was like a year that Zaza Pachulia almost became an all-star starter because of Golden State. And
I
so they
remember
changed it
that.
so it's only like 25%. And I'm so happy. Because otherwise we'd have probably like Emmanuel quickly starting in the All-Star game.
Taco Fall. They would cut him and he'd still make it.
Love Taco Fall. He's on the G League team. He's on Canton Charge.
He's not
I love
totally
Taco.
gone.
Gone but not
We had to
forgotten.
do it. Goodwin's
He had to do it.
helping us.
Goodwin
deliver some
also
good
has
wins.
such an elite Twitter presence. I'm
He
not
does.
gonna lie. He is so. I love you, Brandon Goodwin. You should come on the podcast. I'm not
You
gonna lie.
should. You should. That's never happening.
That would be.
But that'd be
Oh,
awesome.
Brandon Goodwin on the podcast.
Oh my god. Here, we'll at him when we tweet this out on Twitter. See if he comes on the podcast. I know, but he's like real talk though. He's provided some really good, like really solid backup point guard minutes for this Cavs team. I don't have his stats right here, but he reminds me a little bit of Dellavedova. Just he's full of energy. He's a really good off the bench guy. Rondo's been out for a couple games, but Rondo was good once or twice. But Goodwin, I'm very happy with his guard rotation that we have going on. And Kevin Pangos never has to see the field again.
I'm so glad. So glad.
Not
So
good.
like that gives me so much happiness in my life.
Can you imagine how good this Cavs team would be right now if they still had both Sexton and Rubio? I mean,
Don't
can you
make me
imagine?
cry.
Oh my
They're
goodness.
basically
Don't make
playing
me
without.
Oh,
cry.
a
I
true point
completely
guard.
forgot about Ricky.
We all
Man,
forgot
that's-
about Ricky Rubio for a second, and then it just
How did we forget about
all comes
Ricky
back.
Rubio?
And I'm worried the Magic will be gone next year. That's
Oh,
what I'm
he'll-
concerned about. I know.
which
You
is
don't want to hear
why
me say it.
I've seen like a lot of like trades revolving around Ricky Rubio in like 2 seconds. Or
I think my headphones are about to.
Much?
using him as like contract so that we can get Eric Gordon. Aaron Gordon's on like his $20 million a year contract. That's my bad. But talking about our guard rotation for a second, Isaac Okoro. He recently came back from a bruised elbow, 2 to 3 weeks. He was out for 2 to 3 weeks, and he shut down whoever he played in the last 2 games. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was put in jail when Okoro defended him in the fourth quarter. I mean, he was on a hot streak, and then Okoro checked back in, and he could hit nothing. He's a really, really good defender, so I think that we need to start putting some respect on his name. To be
He's
frank.
had his offensive struggles, but that defensive upside is really what makes him so valuable. He can lock down the best in the game.
Jacob, are you okay?
I'm okay.
I was gonna make a joke, and then I still remember that Grandpa's. Whoa, sorry, that Jacob's grandfather listens to this podcast.
Okay. So let's move on.
Yeah,
Isaac
sorry,
Okoro. Absolute
So,
lockdown defense. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
go for it.
bro. That dunk he had to seal the game today against the Nets. Man, that's like the only part of the game that I like saw. I was out doing stuff today, so that was the only part of the game I saw. Electric. The entire crowd was electric. Everything about that play was electric.
He went on record after the game saying that he wanted to do a 360 dunk. Like he was getting ready to do it, and then he saw JB on the sideline, and he was like, "I can't do that." He didn't want to take JB off. And JB Bickerstaff is, I mean, we're just gonna go raving about the Cavs here, but I'm okay with it because JB Bickerstaff has fostered like such a culture in this Cavs organization that's, I mean, it's unlike anything we've ever seen. Like Jared Allen and Darius Garland and all these like big name players are like, they're when they have an off game or something, they're all like, well, a certain name of teammate had an incredible game, and they're all just supporting each other, and they all like bark like they all bark like dogs. They do the "alf, alf, alf." I don't know why I had to say it like that, but it's just incredible. I think that he should be a serious contender for Coach of the Year.
I mean, I don't know if there's anyone. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I think he should be.
At Grizzlies coach.
There's a couple. He probably should, JB should be the coach of the year, but there's probably a couple guys you can argue that are up there, but JB should be the front runner.
I was just thinking about this earlier, actually. The Cavs have like a major name in the running for every award besides MVP, and if Darius Garland keeps on playing like he has, and the Cavs keep winning,
That's a very hot take.
Darius Garland MVP conversation.
Rookie. Okay, that's
Rookie of the year Mobley.
That's
Defensive player of the year Okoro.
Jarrett.
Most
Jared
improved
Allen
player.
and Mobley.
Oh,
Most improved.
Jared
most
Allen
improved
is
player Garland.
Garland.
And
Six-man Kevin
six-man
Love.
Coach of the year.
Coach
Then
of the year.
Executive of the year, because that's
executive of the year. Kobe Altman.
Kobe Altman is elite.
Very well. He could very well win executive of the year.
Markkanen ever starts hitting threes. I mean,
Yeah.
there was a.
I mean, he
there was
had a dagger today that put us up when things were looking shaky.
Yeah. Yeah, but he like my problem with Markkanen is like if you want somebody who's just gonna shoot threes and miss, put Jetty out there.
Yeah.
Like, Jetty is a better 3-point shooter than Markkanen, and I get that we've been winning games with this Tower City lineup. Markkanen sometimes he has terrible hands. Like everything just slips through them. His defense, I guess he's okay on defense, but it just feels like every time he chucks up a shot, it doesn't go in. And I guess it's proving me wrong a little bit because over the last like 3 games he's been a little bit on fire. But
Yeah.
like overall this year, abysmal.
Yeah.
Terrible. It's
I
a 3
agree.
somebody has to call a timeout because it's so shocking.
I think Chetty Mania was like at its peak like a month and a half ago, and I think he got a little hurt and came back, and things kind of haven't been the same. But I would like to see him get more minutes and maybe get him back into that group.
Yeah. He's been a little off the last couple games. But another person who's like been supplanting his minutes pretty well is Dylan Windler. So Dylan Windler we sent down to the G League earlier in the season, I think, right?
Did we?
I think we did. Yeah, no, we definitely did because we brought RJ Rembard up for Rube. And he's like when he shoots well, but he just never shoots. He has a nice like first step, but he just lacks the confidence, I think, to really take some of those contested threes. And what we drafted him to be was a shooter, but he's been solid wing depth.
Yeah, I think the kind of guy who could like just tear open a game on a streak of threes is what we hoped Windler would be. And I mean, he's still young. He's got time to grow into that role. The same way people were kind of looking at Garland as a little bit of a failure.
Or
But,
starter in the NBA a couple years ago, like Beta always likes to say.
Yeah, I mean, and now Garland's looking like a most improved player candidate. So I think if Windler can grow the same way Garland did under Bickerstaff, maybe in a year or two, he has a shot at being an elite shooter.
That's definitely asking a lot, but who knows?
Honestly, with this Cavs team, I just feel giddy when I watch this Cavs team. It's very fun. Not Josh Giddey, another pretty good rookie.
Hey, pass me a shot.
You had to say a few words and you messed it up. It's bring me a shot. It was so easy. It was right there.
That was not P, Baden.
Oh my goodness gracious. Next topic.
I don't know. We can talk a little bit more about the NBA. Oh, so the trade deadline's coming up. We'll talk about the Cavs trade deadline. Baden, you want to take it?
Yes. All right. So, I think a couple of the guys I've been seeing is Karis LeVert. He's the main guy. I want to talk about Karis LeVert for a bit. I know you guys may not want to hear this, but the most likely deal is a LeVert for Sexton swap. I know that sounds not fun, but it's the most likely thing to happen. If not, it's another okay player, but a bunch of picks, which I mean, honestly, Levert and Sexton, if you're trading for Levert, you're more than likely should give up Sexton because that's they're very similar players at very similar levels. Um, and clearly, it doesn't seem like the Cavs are that trying to pay Sexton. So I wouldn't mind bringing in Karis Levert, to be honest.
Yeah. Another candidate that I've been seeing like float around is who was it? Is Buddy Hield. So my problem with the Buddy Hield idea is yes, he's an elite shooter. He gives us a lot more on that end, but he literally contributes nothing else besides shooting threes. He is a 40% shooter, which is above league average. But if he's missing or if he's having an off night, he does nothing. I've watched a couple of Kings games this season. It's painful, truly, but
How can you like sit through a Kings game?
because they're
Do
usually
you
playing
like
the Lakers,
That's true.
which are
uh,
also very painful
watching
to watch.
watching? I was gonna say watching Lakers basketball this year has also been painful.
I watch it for LeBron. LeBron's like averaging 34
LeBron's
points per
elite.
game.
LeBron's elite, but watching Westbrook and the rest of that offense, Westbrook, oh my goodness, I don't even want to go on a rant. Westbrook isn't even a top 15 point guard in the league anymore.
Darius
He's,
over Westbrook every day.
Absolutely. I
he's
just checked out
so
Buddy Hield. Do you know that
painful
he
to
tweets the
watch.
same thing every day? Like he'll wake up every
Mm.
morning and tweet the exact same thing.
What does he tweet? What does he tweet?
Thank God for life, health, and strength. And then the same three emojis. It's like the two hands together, the pump fist, and the I don't know, like a high five kind of thing. Same thing every
I know
day.
that
W
that's
Twitter
what
was
Isaiah Thomas. That's what Isaiah Thomas does every day. My favorite
I believe
player.
that's what I believe that's what Russell Wilson does.
Isaiah Thomas at Snipsy Hustle and then says top of the top. But
So you
who
guys
else
want to
was?
talk a little bit more about trade deadline, or do you want to move
Yeah, I
on?
just want to talk. I just want to say one more target who I think is likely, who we could get without having to give up Sexton. Is I mean Sexton on that Kings team? You run Davy. You run four guards
Yo,
and they're all
you're
under
literally
6'5".
Fox, Halliburton, Mitchell, and Sexton. That's crazy.
And then Marvin Bagley.
Marvin, Marvin Bagley or Rashawn Holmes at the 5. That's funny.
Oh, I would love to see that. Oh my God, do it now. But the last one that we actually talked about him for a second is Eric Gordon, where we could use Ricky Rubio again. It sucks to and like a first rounder or and we just talked about this guy too. Windler, Rubio, and like a second. Get Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon can provide a little scoring spark off our bench or in the starting lineup in the event like Okoro gets hurt again.
I mean, would you
And
really trade a young shooter, you know, Rubio, who's been pretty good, and a pick for a 33-year-old?
is he really 33?
Yeah, I would. I don't
Yeah.
know. If I'm getting Eric Gordon, there's
Me
no way I'm
personally, I'm
giving
not.
up.
I don't really feel like a need for an Eric Gordon. That's just me though. But yeah.
Yeah, I think it's more likely than not that the Cavs stay pat at the trade deadline.
Trade for LeBron.
Nah,
Trade Rondo back.
Wait.
LeBron's gonna trade
Rondo,
himself.
Kevin Pangos.
Swap.
And you gotta
Hey,
free
look, we
LeBron
do-
for the Lakers.
Free LeBron.
He's
We're
carrying them
GM
so
about to
hard.
trade
Straight up.
everybody.
We'll also trade Kevin Porter Jr.'s locker.
Damn.
No.
So funny. I felt so bad, like getting rid of Kevin Porter Jr. was like, why did you do that? Just give him his locker. And then he did it. Then he started throwing stuff in the Houston locker room again. I was like, all right, get him out.
Okay, Kobe, you might have done something good here. All right, so do we want to switch it over to?
I want to talk a
NFL
little bit
playoffs?
about. I
Playoffs.
want to talk a little bit about the Eastern Conference standings right now. Really interesting thing
yeah.
going on. The top 5 teams each have 27 wins. Every
Cavs are
single one
among
of them,
those.
except for the Cavs, has lost their last game, including the Bulls, who have lost their last 4.
They're still
Yeah,
they're still like 27-14, aren't they? Which is like 4 less games than the Cavs have played.
27-15 now. They had a game today.
Sorry.
They lost.
They lost again.
Yeah.
Did they play the Hawks? I think.
I don't think it was the Hawks, was it?
Oh, then they play the Hawks.
The Hawks are playing. No, the Hawks beat the Bucks.
I believe it was the Grizzlies that they lost to today.
Grizzlies are on such a hot streak.
Grizzlies
I
and the
love
Cavs
watching.
have the
John
two
Morant is
best
so fun.
futures in the league. John Morant is gonna. I mean, what are your finals prediction this year?
Ooh.
Finals prediction is I think the Bucks are gonna go back to the finals, and I think they're gonna play the Warriors.
I would have said the Nets before Kevin Durant got hurt, but he's out for like the next 4 to 6 weeks. But I think this is a good one. I think it's going to be the Bulls. I think that they've just had like a really unlucky streak with injuries lately, but they are elite when they are healthy. Alex Caruso is about to come back. They still have the highest win percentage in the Eastern Conference, and I know that they've played like the fewest games, but I don't see anybody beating them in a 7-game series. They're healthy, and in the West, it's probably I think it's gonna be the Suns. I think the Suns could go back.
How far do you think Cavs will make it? Second round, third round?
I think what we can hope for is like a Hawks-like performance, where we go. I mean, 5 seed is great. If we beat one team, we beat another, and then we play hard in the conference finals. I think that's incredible.
Yeah,
that's
I would
best
say,
case scenario.
Ben, what were you gonna say?
I'd say I probably what I expect from the Cavs is probably at least a first round, or not first. I was gonna say first round exit. First round playoff win. We're not first round exits. At least a first round playoff win. Anything more than that, like even if we go like a 7-game series in the second round or beyond, honestly, is a success. Or the playoffs is a success. Thinking of where we started at the beginning of the year, like what we expected. So
didn't have a top 10 core in the NBA, top 10 young core. Sorry, that always bothers me.
That was kind of wild.
Stupid ESPN, honestly.
If you were an NBA analyst, why? There's no reason to say the Cavs would be good.
Not having a top 10 young core is what bothers me.
Well, yeah.
If you're saying, if you look at,
it's not shocking that everyone predicted them to do badly. Their biggest add in the offseason was Ricky Rubio, who was supposed to be a backup. You know.
That's not surprising that everyone expected us to be bad. I'm not gonna sit over there and say, oh, you thought we were gonna be bad. I thought we were gonna. I thought we would have won 27 games by the time we have 30 losses. Honestly.
I was hoping playing games, so I'm not gonna lie and say I was expecting anything more. Just such a pleasure to see the Cavs doing well. 4th in the Eastern Conference by the time we're recording this video. Not sure how much it can change in the next hour, but shall we move on to the NFL?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. All right. Playoffs. I'm currently watching the playoff game as we speak. Part of the reason why I didn't talk so much in the first segment. Rams are currently up 7-0. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I was getting angry.
Yes, he's like shaking his hands.
You guys listening can't see, but I was like getting angry because I saw Odell just score this amazing touchdown, and that gets me upset.
We can't really go into this right now, but man,
yeah,
Browns did that so badly.
So let's keep it moving. I think we should do like a quick recap of every game so far.
Yeah. Let's do that.
And then, so first up, which was Bengals Raiders.
Derek Carr to the Browns.
Game. Bengals Raiders.
Yeah, Derek Carr to the Browns. The Bengals are amazing. I honestly want them to win the Super Bowl. Joe Shiesty is that guy. Jamar Chase is that guy. Trey
Bengals just repeating
Hendrickson,
everything
hopefully
he's
he
seen
heals
on
up.
social media the last
He's
few
that
weeks.
guy. Yo, Joe Shiesty, we've been saying Joe. I honestly, I created Joe Shiesty.
Peyton posted it on his
But-
Instagram story once, and he's like, "Yeah, I created Joe Shiesty."
But nah, like the Bengals, honestly, kind of like the Browns. Nobody expected what. I say kind of like the Browns, kind of like the Cavs. Nobody
Yeah.
expected the rise as quick as they did. I believe they play the Titans next week.
Yeah.
They play the Titans next week. I think that's going to be a great game. Derrick Henry is back, so the Bengals. That's definitely something that's to watch out. But I still think both teams have such high-powered offenses. It's gonna be fun.
It should be high scoring. The games that everyone predicts are going to be high scoring are usually low scoring. That's just how it works.
I know that I just said Derek Carr to the Browns, but I honestly just feel terrible for him. This guy has so much talent, right? Like I think that he is legitimately a good, and I almost said NBA quarterback. Oh my god.
So true.
He is legitimately like a really good NFL quarterback. He's just never had the base around him to be successful. He's endured like 3 different rebuilds. The Raiders are just like a poverty franchise. I feel like I'm okay with saying that.
The Raiders,
they're very
and
not good.
Odell almost scored again. He's down at the 1.
LeBron is tweeting about it vociferously.
So yeah, I want to talk a little bit about Derek Carr and the Raiders season.
And the
Everything
Raiders,
that went
they
on
just fired
between
their general
Gruden's
manager.
comments and the Ruggs, legal problems, and Damon Arnett. All these things that have happened to them this season, and Ruggs has led them to 10-7 record, making the playoffs.
Ruggs.
I've seen some disrespectful memes on Instagram. I've seen some disrespectful memes on Instagram.
Ruggs led them to a 10-7 record.
Oh, is that what I said? Oh my god,
Yes,
I meant.
that's what you said.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
meant. I didn't even notice that. I meant Carr.
This is worse than my Wilt Chamberlain comments.
Derek
I'm not
Carr.
gonna lie. That is not good.
Derek Carr, not Henry Ruggs. Henry Ruggs is, I believe, in prison. Derek Carr.
Henry Ruggs is dangerous for the car, though.
Oh, stop! Stop! No, you can't say that. No, stop. Move on. Derek Carr.
Carr's an incredible leader. Everything that his team's gone through this year. He had, I believe, the 3rd most starts in NFL history without a snap in the playoffs. He brought them to the playoffs in like 2017 or 2018. And I believe broke his leg 2016 in one of the final plays of that game. So good to see Carr get his chance. And unfortunate, it was 2 of the best stories in the NFL. Carr's leadership versus, the upstart Bengals. And the Bengals won, but I have a lot of respect for everything that Carr did this season.
Absolutely.
And the other couple AFC matchups, I don't think there's much to say between Chiefs and Steelers.
No. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about.
We're talking about Patriots.
That's right. That's right.
All right. So
you go first.
I want to go because I already know you're gonna go in on the Patriots, Sam. I already know that. So I want to talk about the Bills. They had the first perfect offensive game in the playoffs in NFL history. I don't know if you guys saw this.
Wait, really?
No punts, no field goals, no turnovers.
Oh my god.
Touchdown on every single possession.
Jeez Louise.
Bills, if they play like this, no one's stopping them. I mean that game that honestly was reminiscent I think for Bills fans, it had to be reminiscent of the Browns' playoff win against the Steelers.
Oh, absolutely! Like defeating the quote unquote like evil empire.
Yeah, the only thing that would made it better for Bills fans is if it was against Tom Brady.
Oh my god, dude!
I kind of want to see Bills Bucks in the Super Bowl now.
It could happen. I want to see that now. It's totally possible.
Very well.
All right, what's the next game? Okay, wait, no. Now you So, just to preface this, if you haven't listened to any of our other podcasts, I have said that Mac Jones was a fraud all year. I've said he is. Look, to be fair to him, as much as I hate it, he was okay in that game. He's like the Patriots, like I feel like visibly gave up after that first touchdown drive by the Bills. They just never came back from it. But I think it just shows how effective you can be at limiting Mac Jones if you watch any film on him and realize that he is the king of checkdowns. I hate Mac Jones. I hate the Patriots.
Yeah,
this is very refreshing. I'm a Jets fan. I like the Browns too, but I am a Jets fan. So to see the Patriots and Bill Belichick go down like this brought tears to my eyes. Congrats, Bills. You guys have had a very sucky franchise history. I'll earn this one. Bills Mafia.
And then,
Alrighty.
Chiefs blowout against the Steelers. Mahomes had a, not great first quarter, but then led 5 touchdown drives in 11 minutes, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, I heard that was the quickest 5 touchdown scorers in NFL history.
Oh my god.
And then on the NFC side,
wait, no, hold on. They ran out of fireworks at that Chiefs Steelers game.
That. I saw that. They had a sign up. It was like, we ran out of fireworks, so yeah.
Because they blew them off after every touchdown.
Honestly, we kind of all knew going into it. It was just a glorified retirement party for Ben Roethlisberger. I mean,
and Joe Thomas owned them on Twitter.
We
had a bunch of people getting our replies because they're so pissed.
Dude, Steelers fans.
But take your L. It's okay. You'll be irrelevant.
I mean, like every fan. But I want to talk about this real quick. Every fan base has they're just delusional people in it. But Steelers fans. Maybe I'm saying this because I'm a Browns fan, but Steelers fans are the most delusional. They're more delusional than Cowboys fans. Because we only think Cowboys fans are more delusional because there's more of them. The second biggest fan base in the world is probably Steelers fans.
Steelers gone to the Super Bowl. We had here. I'm pulling it up right now. So we tweeted Joe Thomas owning the Steelers franchise on Twitter is so incredible. And this guy says owning, laughing, crying a face. Hey Siri, what does owning look like? And then he tries to make the point like Joe Thomas was a bad player. Joe Thomas is a Hall of Fame offensive lineman. He's one of the greatest ever.
Joe Thomas is a top 15 lineman that's ever played the game. Like, what do you...
Joe Thomas gave up 30 sacks in his career. Isn't that ridiculous?
That's like.
Didn't he play like 10,000 straight snaps?
Yeah,
that's
most
a sack. That's a sack like every 300 plays.
It's so crazy. He's so good, and Steelers fans are so salty. It's okay. You have to endure Mason as your quarterback for the next couple of years. So take your L, guys.
Or you can, have Dwayne Haskins. That'd be great. We'd love that.
We would really appreciate that one.
Or you can draft a rookie quarterback, and then they suck because of your offensive line.
That's so crazy. Because y'all decided to take, what was that, Pat Freiermuth?
That was such an round? I knew they were going to take. They honestly, I guess Najee Harris is a great player, yes. But they should have won offensive line in the first round, to be honest, in my opinion.
It just does
That's
not
what I
make
would have
sense.
done.
I don't know. I kind of disagree just because you can see how that worked out for Jamar Chase and the Bengals.
I know.
I think Najee had a bigger impact on them than another O-lineman would have with Benny Snell running behind
obviously, yes. Like, one offensive lineman isn't going to be, especially a rookie, unless you somehow draft Tristan Wirfs or someone like that. They're not going to have the value of Najee Harris. But if you, looking at the way the draft worked, you could have went back-to-back O-linemen, and then you draft Michael Carter in the 3rd round.
That's fair.
Michael Carter. I love that guy.
Michael Carter's good. Michael Carter's pretty good.
Michael Carter is pretty good.
Yeah. But talking one more second about the Steelers, Mike Tomlin is the only black coach left in the NFL. Brian Flores was fired.
Flores will get a job. Flores has to get a job.
And Cully's not gonna get a job, but he shouldn't have been fired.
Honestly, bro, he should have not been. Honestly, when I first saw the hiring, it was a bad hire in the first place. Like if you're trying to hire a coach to be, you want a long term sustainable coach. You don't hire a 64-year-old to be the coach for the
Yeah.
next 10 to 15 years. You just don't do that. You probably look for someone at least in their 50s, if not even younger. But then to fire him after 1 year, the fact that they won 4 games to me is incredible.
Miracle.
I thought they would win. I literally believed they were going to win 0 games this year.
Tyrod Taylor is elite. What can I say? I love that guy. Tyrod Taylor is my favorite quarterback in the NFL. Also the best quarterback in the NFL.
All right, NFC playoff games.
So we had first one was Bucks Eagles. That wasn't close. The Eagles made it look a little bit closer because of their usual garbage time stat padding. You know how it is with the Eagles. 0 wins against teams with winning records. Total frauds. Moving on. Niners.
Hold on. Let's not move on. Hold on. Whoa. I actually want to talk about. They honestly had nothing to lose in this game. Like, they're a team that shouldn't. Honestly, are they a playoff caliber team? No, but they're there, and you have 3 first-round picks. So to me, you build upon this. You go into the draft, bring in potentially 3 superstars. Hey, the Eagles could be dangerous. I'm not gonna lie.
I think that the Jalen Hurts has a lot to learn as a quarterback. When his pocket presence is abysmal, like he ran out of a clean pocket to chuck something downfield. But I don't think that there's a quarterback in this draft or that's going to be available that's a better choice than him right now. I think you got to ride with Hurts and let him develop.
Especially with their highest pick being 15. There's no reason. The only reason Jalen Hurts is not your starting quarterback is if Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers or Deshaun Watson is your starting quarterback next year. Like, that's literally the only reason. You don't go and draft a quarterback. You build your team around him. Get a good linebacker. Probably get another corner, another receiver, and you're good. Because trust me, I can't watch Jalen Reagor anymore. He's literally the Eagles version of Kevin Pangos. But it's even worse because it's literally, and it's not. The crazy part about it is it's even worse because they used a first-round pick on him and picked him over the best receiver or the best receiver in that draft class, who's had the best start to a career in NFL history.
Yeah. Dude, have you guys seen the video of the Vikings front office laughing at the Eagles on draft night?
They were planning on trading down because they knew Justin Jefferson. They thought Justin Jefferson was going to go, so they're going to trade down and go draft a corner, I guess. Nope, they picked Jalen Reagor.
So crazy. Okay.
Also, I just want to point out I'm watching the Rams game right now. They posted a graphic of the longest championship droughts in American sports. The Cardinals have the longest drought, but the second longest is the Cleveland Guardians. So, yeah.
Okay, just move on. We got it. We get it. Move on. One frauds. All right, I understand.
Bucks,
I want to talk a little bit about the Niners-Cowboys game.
Yeah, Niners-Cowboys. Honestly, all right, so I've been seeing Cowboys fans saying, well, the refs robbed us. If you call a QB draw with 14 seconds left,
you don't go out of bounds?
If you don't, why are you calling a play that clearly is going to be very difficult for you to try to get out of bounds? That you deserve to lose, honestly.
Yeah, and if you're complaining about how it was ref ball, yes, he got bumped into, but the ref has to touch the ball in order for a play to happen.
Literally how the rules are.
Very stupid. The Cowboys fans are. Mark Sanchez has more playoff wins in the past 25 years than the entire Dallas Cowboys franchise. Colin Kaepernick who has not played since 2016, has more wins in the playoffs than the entire Dallas Cowboys franchise. They are terrible, delusional. I mean, Jerry Jones is not good as an owner.
All right, I have two things. One, I like how we say that as if the Browns haven't won only one playoff game in that same time period. I just had to put that out there.
Browns are
But
known poverty franchise. Cowboys are supposed to be good.
true, that is true. That is true. But two, the Cowboys will never win a Super Bowl as long as Jerry Jones is in power. He kind of wants to do his things his own way. Honestly, the Cowboys it looks pretty good, but in the great words of Stephen A. Smith, what can go wrong will go wrong.
That is true. That is true.
And then
And the
I guess
Niners, I guess.
Niners. There's not
Trey
much to say.
Lance. That's so crazy. It's weird that they drafted Trey Lance and then Jimmy G started almost all of their games and led them to a playoff berth.
Honestly, it makes sense. Like Jimmy G is clearly he's a good enough quarterback to get you to the Super Bowl. So it's like, but he isn't that great. We all know that. Trey Lance was probably like the least NFL prepared of the top five quarterbacks. So it made sense. You sit him for a year, you let him learn the offense, and I think next year he'll bring some big time plays.
Yeah, he adds a new dimension to that Niners offense. Man, Jimmy
Because
G
it's
is
still
a winner.
very run heavy.
People love to doubt Jimmy G, but he is a winner. Except for Jimmy G's Jimmy G's a great quarterback. I think he's actually kind of
All right.
underrated. This was my
Jimmy
upset pick.
Garoppolo.
Like this was the one I thought was gonna happen.
Yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo is like, anytime he does bad, you're gonna hear about it, but nobody talks about it when he's actually doing good.
Yeah.
Like the second half of the season, I can't name 10 quarterbacks, 12. I mean, maybe not 10, but 12 quarterbacks who outplayed Jimmy Garoppolo in the last 7 weeks of the season. But
Especially he had
nobody
one
was
really
talking
good
about
like
him.
5-game streak. Like when the Niners really
Yeah, I think
fought on their way
the
back.
last couple of games of the regular season, he did throw some turnovers, but uh, before that, like you said, the 5 game stretch before that, literally flawless.
Yeah.
And then I guess Rams Cardinals is happening now. Rams are up 14-0. The Cardinals have like -6 yards of offense so far, to the Rams 163. So this game doesn't look like it's gonna go well. But who knows? It's the NFL. Crazier things have happened.
Let's see. So, what was the Cardinals, right? They went 11-6 this year.
Yeah.
I think my hot take might be that if they lose this game, Cliff Kingsbury might be out of a job.
I don't think he will be, just because
Cl-
you can't
I
really
thought- I
fire a
predicted
coach
before the
after
season.
making the playoffs.
Hey, that's what they did to
Yeah,
Dwayne
their
Casey. He literally, he
Coach
ran
of
into
the year.
LeBron
That
4
is-
straight times.
That is
So-
true, but nah, the NFL, I think it's a little bit different. Than honestly, Dwayne Casey should have never been fired. But I mean, I guess it ended up working out. But it's probably a little different in the NFL. Cardinals have had their most successful season in a few years.
Is this their
I
most
think
successful
can't fire him.
season
I thought
since
it,
Carson Palmer was their quarterback? I don't want to say
it's been
that.
long. I mean, when
Because
was
Andy Dalton was not Andy Dalton. Hold up.
who was their quarterback before Josh Rosen? Was it Carson Palmer?
No.
Must have been
Really?
Carson Palmer. No. Was it? Hold on. No, now I'm interested.
Yeah, now I want to know.
They must have had a
Cardinals
bridge quarterback.
2017 loss.
Must
2017.
Josh McCown was their quarterback for a minute. Hold on.
Josh McCown.
No, what it wasn't. It couldn't have been Josh McCown. Hold on, I'm looking right now. It was Carson Palmer. Yeah, Josh Rosen, and then the year before that was Carson Palmer, and then before that was Drew Stanton. And then they had Kurt Warner. I forgot Kurt Warner was a Cardinal. And from the greatest show on earth to the Cardinals. What can I say?
Wasn't the greatest show on turf?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
it is. It is
That
the
was
great. It's the
that
greatest
is
show on
the
turf.
girl. My bad. My bad.
So let's talk a little bit about round 2 of the playoffs. Assuming the
Yeah.
Rams win
Yeah,
tonight.
AFC.
Bengals
Whoa.
versus
Oh, he
Titans.
dropped it. Whoa, he dropped it. My
Bengals
bad.
versus
My
Who
Titans.
bad.
Who you
dropped
got?
it? Titans.
I'm going Bengals.
I have. I want the Bengals to win, but I think the Titans are gonna win. I think Derrick Henry goes absolutely ballistic.
Derrick Henry's got like a thirst for blood. I think he was on pace for a record-breaking season.
Yeah.
I think he
Had he
would have
not
broke the.
got?
I think Derrick Henry probably. I don't maybe not breaks the rushing record, but he gets pretty darn close with the. Like he finished like number 6 or number 7 this year in rushing, and played half the season.
Yeah. I mean,
He's
that's
number.
great.
He would be top. He would have been a top 3 rusher all time statistically if he kept
In one
going
season.
in one season. I don't. Yeah,
He's
And then,
making a case for like one of the best running backs of all time. I mean, he's already up there, but like
then
people really don't like to
and
declare
then
running backs like top of all time. People like do that with QBs, and people really don't like to do that with wide receivers and running backs.
which is
But
weird.
anyway,
But
Bills Chiefs at Arrowhead.
those Chiefs at
Chiefs.
Arrowhead.
How
I want
many
to
in
see
the
the
row
Bills
have
win so
the
bad.
Chiefs won? It must be like 10 now.
let's check it out. Let's pull out the
Didn't they
ESPN
just
app real
didn't they
quick.
just lose? I thought they just lost a couple weeks ago.
Did they?
Here's
Yeah,
Oh
the
yeah, they lost
Chiefs.
to the Bengals. Yeah, but they've won
Yeah.
like 10 of their last 11.
Yes, no, they lost to the Bengals, and then they won. Before that, they went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They won 8 in a row. They're like 10-1. They're past 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think I want to see the Bills win. Josh Allen versus Mahomes. This may be a hot take, but I think both of those guys are the 2 most physically gifted quarterbacks ever.
Ever.
Hot
Ever.
take.
They're not.
Hot
think-
take.
Joe.
I think
Oh.
they're the combination of size, speed, strength, arm talent. I think they're number 1 and number 2.
That's
You guys are
that's so
you guys-
crazy.
God.
That's
Oh
so
my
crazy that you just
God.
said that. That's
Oh,
unbelievable.
that's I know. Jacob
Wow.
literally just said people like to declare quarterbacks, not running backs or receivers. I guess I'm doing it now, but yeah,
I
I think
can't believe you just said that.
That is insane. But
I,
oh,
I that is insane. But I think I'm an insane person. So
fair enough. Fair enough.
I probably said worse on this podcast.
You are that guy. You are that guy.
I am that guy.
Okay, and then that's kind of ridiculous, but I think it's the highest skill matchup we've seen this season. I think you could say that.
I'll agree to that. That it is the highest skill master.
And the other AFC
quarterback
matchup is going to be no, we already went over both AFC matchups.
NFC.
NFC. Niners versus Packers. I'm gonna go Packers.
I'm gonna go 49ers. Aaron Rodgers is a fraud.
Oh.
This is for you, Andrew. This is for you.
I'm gonna go Packer. Shout out Andrew. But I'm gonna go Packers. I think Aaron Rodgers always loves to play the 49ers with a little bit more like revenge, I guess, since they didn't draft him. But
yeah.
And I don't think this 49ers team is quite like the 2019 team that beat the Packers in the conference championship. So, yeah, give me the Packers.
Yeah. The Packers, they're not allowed to lose in the divisional. They've got to make it to the NFC championship. Usually they kind of meet their fate. But I think they make it to the NFC championship.
Okay, I'd actually like to retract my earlier Kurt Warner so the stuff I said earlier, because one of those years was the Larry Fitzgerald playoff run that ended in the Super Bowl against the Steelers. Poverty moved by me. That was not cash money. I'm sorry, Cardinals fans, and I'm sorry, Kurt Warner, because I'm sure you're listening to this. Kurt Warner's our #1 fan here on the Benchwarmers podcast.
That is true.
And then what's our other AFC, NFC? Oh my God!
It's the winner. The winner.
Bucks Rams,
Yeah, Bucks
essentially.
versus the winner of this game.
I mean, can we just declare the Rams the winner?
Don't say that. Don't say that. We're gonna clip this.
It's literally halfway through the second quarter, and they're only up 2 touchdowns. Now, yes, the Cardinals do have negative 6 yards of offense, but I'm not gonna declare that yet. Either
Well,
way,
I think
I
if
think
the Cardinals make it, then there's no contest. It's the Bucks, I think. But if the Rams make it, which it seems more likely,
I actually think the Rams are gonna win. I think Matthew Stafford has the best game of his career next week, if he plays next week. That's my prediction.
he'll need to. Hot take: the Cardinals have the worst jerseys in the NFL.
Falcons are worse.
No,
Falcons jerseys are.
Falcons are great.
What?
Falcon jerseys are trash. Hot take. Sorry, they're bad. They're trash.
I think they're okay. I like them. The Cardinals just have nothing interesting about their jerseys.
Literally, the Cardinals are bottom 3. The Cardinals are bottom 3. Them, I'd probably put them with the Panthers. I don't like the Panthers jerseys.
Panthers jerseys are fine. I don't think they're great. They're okay.
I don't like the Panthers jerseys. And then what other jerseys get on my nerves? No, there's not a really another jersey.
The only good
Jaguars jerseys are kind of buns. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I kind of like the Jaguars.
Only they're teal. Their teal jerseys are nice, but are we really about to say the black is nice? Hey, New York Jets actually. The Jets have kind of trash uniforms.
To me, the Jets are the Jets jerseys are the definition of mid.
Yeah, fair.
Do you
Jets
remember
jerseys are like the Eagles jerseys, but just not as good.
Yes, that's accurate. As a Jets fan, I will say it. We have trash.
Y'all remember the all gold Jaguars jersey?
Oh my God, those were disgusting.
Oh my gosh, they were so awful.
Oh jeez, I'm looking at photo. Oh my God, that's so
those are
horrible.
Some all-time bad jerseys.
I mean, I think one of the worst of all time is that Steelers Bumblebee jersey.
Oh yeah, no, those the ones they debuted when Antonio Brown was still on their team. It was either those or there was this creamsicle Tampa Buccaneers one that was.
Tampa,
those are good.
Such a good move by Tampa to remove the orange from their branding.
Yeah,
the orange was horrible.
They were mid. They were not good.
I like the creamsicle.
The orange was what was holding those jerseys back, and now they look fire.
What's the best jersey ever? I know we're getting kind of off task, but what do you guys think is the best jersey ever in the NFL?
Best jersey ever. I got to think about this one for a second.
This year's Rams jersey. I don't know. Ever is tough.
Oh,
we could have a jerseys episode. We should do that in the future, like an episode just about jerseys.
Rams have IKEA fits on,
and it looks good. Oh, I like Vikings color rush, the purple and yellow.
I miss Color Rush. Color Rush, Thursday.
Color Rush so much.
Color Rush was just
Seahawks.
There's no reason not to do it more. Green. You know the NFL teams have 2 helmets this year, and you had to submit notice, and the Browns didn't.
Yo, the best jerseys ever. You guys know the Bengals have they got their new
Bengals jerseys are fire.
Right? They have a white helmet to go with those jerseys. That's the best. That's the best thing ever. It's literally the best thing ever.
All right, so let's kind of get a little bit on track.
Sorry, I got one last one. I got one last one to submit. All right, just hear me out for a second, okay? The Houston Oilers had some nice jerseys. The Houston Oilers had some elite fits. I'm not gonna lie, they were baby blue, red, and white. Those jerseys are fire. Warren Moon. Oh, I mean,
never forget though, Browns Baker Mayfield debut against the Jets in Color Rush.
Oh, I was at that game. I was wearing my Jets jersey underneath a Browns hoodie, and I was ready to be like, "Oh man, the Browns are so trash," and I was ready to take the hoodie off, and then we lost. Jets
That's
lost.
got to be one of the best like first games ever in
Yeah.
NFL.
If that was your first
Honestly,
game as a
bro,
Browns fan.
The Browns 2014 through 2019 jerseys are so awful, and they just remind me
didn't
of
hate them
bad
so much.
times.
I hated the Cleveland on the front, but we need more orange. We need a full.
Oh my gosh! Oh
Right
my
now, the
gosh.
Bengals are like our more handsome older brother. We need an orange.
Literally, the Bengals they're literally everything like that we thought we were gonna be this year. Like
Yeah.
number one,
Even
they have the number one, they have the swaggy number one pick quarterback who has a chip on his shoulder his entire career. Transferred, won a Heisman.
man, that's
You
my
know,
thing.
it
All those
doesn't.
comparisons.
The similarities are all right there.
It does hurt. It does hurt.
They have the star record breaking LSU receiver.
Stop it.
Oh,
I mean,
Stop it. Stop doing that.
the running backs are still better though. I'm not gonna lie. Nick Chubb is.
Joe Mixon had the best year of his career though. Don't get it
Joe
twisted.
Mixon is good. I don't want to hate.
Joe Mixon definitely. I saw someone say like Joe Mixon is an average running back before the season starts, which is wild. I thought he's been like always like top 7 clearly.
Oh,
I saw
don't know
people
about
rating
that.
him like. I think people were rating him before the season as like Josh Jacobs level. Josh Jacobs is not very good.
Josh Jacobs is the least efficient running back I've ever seen. He will have so many games every year where he gets 20 carries for 50 yards.
His best game, like I remember they were talking about in the Raiders Browns game this year. His best game last season was against the Browns. He had like 27 carries for 106 yards, which that's an okay. That's an okay. If you have 27 carries, you should easily be getting 100 yards.
You should be getting 100. If you're running the ball
Maybe not
27 times, you're supposed to rip at least one.
100. All right. Oh yeah, that probably doesn't.
So anyway,
sense.
let's try to get a little bit back on top.
Whoa! Oh my gosh! All right, I got to talk about this right now. Kyler Murray's so dumb. Kyler Murray was about to get sacked in the end zone. It would have been a safety, but he just throws it up underhand, and I couldn't tell who it was, but someone made a swooping catch for it, and they got a pick 6. So it's now 20-0 Rams.
Yeah.
So, let's make our Super Bowl predictions then.
Super Bowl predictions. I think it's going to be Bills versus Bucks. That's actually what I'm gonna predict.
I'm gonna go Chiefs Bucks. The rematch.
You know what?
Rematch.
I don't want it to be the Bucks. I hate Tom Brady. Tom Brady is a fraud. I'll say it.
Okay, bro, you stop.
Those Patriots teams were defense heavy.
Don't
at least in the beginning. No, I'm gonna. He is.
Stop.
Don't do this.
Stop, bro.
I know you guys are booing me, but you know it's right in your heart of hearts.
Tomatoes, and don't tomatoes.
Anyway, I think it's gonna be the Matt Stafford led Rams versus the Chiefs. No interesting storylines there, but except for like I guess Matt Stafford like finally succeeding in the playoffs. But otherwise,
it looks like he's about to get his first playoff win.
Good on him. I guess he was on those terrible Lions teams forever. I'm just happy to see him succeed.
Glad he was freed. All right, so we ready to wrap it up?
Yeah, we got it. Benchwarmers and trivia. So we got.
Oh, hold on. Georgia, Alabama. Happened about a week ago now.
About a week ago.
A week ago to the date. Georgia won. And literally, anytime Alabama loses in the championship game, it saves college football, especially when they're about to win back to back. And let's think about it. Hold on, I want to show like the
Stetson Bennett.
Stetson Bennett.
I'm not
man.
I'm not here to be your savior. What he said, and then he
literally like every quarterback that's won every other quarterback besides Cardell Jones, who's won a national playoff game, a championship, has gone like first round. Like Deshaun Watson, Trevor Lawrence, Matt Jones, Tua, and then we got Stetson Bennett. Like just random.
Isn't it Stetson Bennett the fourth?
Yes. Don't
That
don't
is.
disrespect
Hey,
this family line.
shout out the fourths. Shout out the fourths. I'm a fourth.
Wait, you
too.
are a fourth. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's
Dang.
crazy.
Disrespecting your fellow
If we're
fourths.
making an all-time list of fourths, it's got to go Baden and then Stetson Bennett. I can't think of any other fourths off the top of my head, so I'm
the
sorry.
Only other person I can think of is JT Barrett.
Okay, JT Barrett's actually above Stetson Bennett. I'm sorry, JT Barrett was elite. Yeah, I think that he's actually a member of the Buckeyes coaching staff right now, which is kind of fun.
JT Barrett.
Piece. Yeah, I think he is. I think he came back. At least he was part of the Urban Meyer, Herb, who definitely hasn't done anything questionable or like suspect at all.
Great guy, proven winner.
Jags. This is shout out to Matthew. Jags suck. All right. Do we want?
Okay.
Oh, it just makes me so happy to say that. Okay. Want to move on to Benchwarmers?
Yeah, sure.
All right. We got anybody to shout out? Any Benchwarmer picks? Actually, hold on. Before we have our actual Benchwarmer picks, every Cavs game, after the game, with our post-game recap, we tweet at BenchwarmersCLE who our Benchwarmer of the game is. Right now, our current count is Kevin Love with 3 and Jetty Osman with 2. So, go follow us for more of that on Twitter. Yeah, so my Benchwarmer of the week, just because I want to get him on the podcast, Brandon Goodwin. Love you, man. Come on the podcast right now. I want you to hop in this Discord call right now. Yes, that's my Benchwarmer of the week.
All right, for me, I didn't really do much research. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I heard you typing in right now.
My bad.
But anyway.
No. I want to hear Baden. I want to hear Baden. What is it, Baden?
The play that just happened, Kyler Murray threw a pass to Rondale Moore. It went right through Rondale Moore's hands, and then the same guy that just got the pick 6 dropped the interception, and it came right back to and Rondale Moore caught it himself.
Oh man.
No shot. I was about to say the guy who got the pick 6 as my Benchwarmer of the week, and then he just dropped another pick. So that's great.
So no, it's okay. Say it anyway. Say it with your chest, Jacob.
David Long Jr., you GOAT, backing up Jalen Ramsey the first couple years of your career. Now you get your chance with Taylor Rapp injured. You come in, you get a pick 6 on the biggest stage. Proud of you.
Benchwarmer.
Who is going to be my Benchwarmer? I honestly gotta think about this. This is kind of difficult. I'm not gonna lie, because I didn't do any research for this.
It's okay. We can come back to you. We'll do some trivia first, and
come
then at the end,
back to me. Let me think about this.
Then at the end, we'll come back. Don't worry. All right. Let me search this. Real quick. Okay. So, this is a test of your memory, because I think I've asked a question similar to this before. So, question number 1. Which player started the 2006 season opener at quarterback for the Cleveland Browns versus the New Orleans Saints? 2006, guys. Keep this in your head. Charlie Fry, Derek Anderson, Ken Dorsey, or Jeff Garcia?
Derek Anderson.
That's your guess. Jacob?
Jeff Garcia.
Either of you guys are correct. It's Charlie Fry. Derek Anderson and Jeff Garcia come on either side of that season. Jeff Garcia, I believe, starts in 2007, and Derek Anderson was early 2000s Browns. Charlie Fry, that game, threw for 132 yards and a touchdown, ran for 44 yards and a touchdown, but threw 2 interceptions and was sacked 5 times.
Speaking of interceptions, Kyler Murray just threw another one and went right through James Conner's hands into a defensive lineman.
It is over for the Cardinals. It is over.
Hey, don't say that. Anything can happen. Anything can happen.
They're about to be down 28-0 to end the half.
They're about to be down 20. Yeah, they're about to be down 28-0.
All right.
Action. He's like, up. He overthrew him.
All right.
1 second. Let me just grab this next one. All right. So, whoa, what happened? What Browns player fumbled just before scoring what may have been the winning touchdown in the 1987 AFC Championship game?
I know it. I know this one.
You know
Can you
it?
repeat this?
Shout out to Hanford Dixon. I read your book and you talked about it. Best Browns
What
player
Browns
of all
player?
time.
What Browns player fumbled just before scoring what may have been the winning touchdown in the 1987 AFC Championship game? Was this the drive? Was this
I know this one. So
Oh, well, okay. Well, it doesn't matter because is it Clayton Buford, Vincent Barnett, Ricky Bolden, or Ernest Biner?
I'm gonna let Baden guess first because I know it, and then he'll know that I know it, and he'll pick mine. Baden?
You need me to repeat the?
My bad. I'm sorry. Let me stop.
Here, I'll repeat it again. Clayton Buford, Vincent Barnett, or Al Baker. I think those are the 3 I said. Right? Oh wait, no, sorry. And then there's one more person, and Ernest Biner.
Wait.
That's my bad. Ernest Biner, Al Baker, Vincent Barnett, Buford.
I'm gonna say Buford.
All right, Sam, are you guessing too, or can I just say the answer?
Oh, you can just say the answer.
Okay, it's Ernest Biner.
It is Ernest Biner. That's another. Wait, hold up. Where's my notebook? I don't have it with me right now, but it's somewhere, and I'll mark it down as a point for Jacob Garrity. And then our last question: who threw for the Browns' first ever touchdown in 1946? Have I asked this question before? I feel like I might have asked this
I
question
don't
before.
think so. I think the easy answer is Otto Graham. I doubt it.
Easy answer is Otto Graham, but I don't think. I thought
Is
he played
it
only the 50.
Cliff Lewis, Otto Graham, Mac Speedy, or Mike Bob? B-A-A-B. Bob.
Who's the first one?
Cliff Lewis.
Going with him.
I'm also gonna go with Cliff Lewis because I know Bab and Speedy. Speedy was a receiver. I think Bab was a lineman.
Well, that's an impressive amount of Browns knowledge that you just showed off right there, Jacob. It is Cliff Lewis. Otto Graham was a backup behind Lewis on that first Browns team. Cliff Lewis threw a 19-yard touchdown pass to Max Speedy, who was a receiver, and Mike Babb was a center on that 1987 Browns team. Yeah, no, that's very impressive. Wow, that was really good. All right, Baden, you got a bench warmer for us?
Still couldn't think of one. That's what I was looking up.
Oh, hold on, they just turned it over. They punted it. That's my bad.
Yeah, no, they punted. They just punted the ball. My bench warmer is gonna be what's his name? Why am I blanking?
Give us a hint. We'll try and guess it.
I forgot my own bench warmer.
You're a different kind of elite. You're a different kind of elite.
Yeah.
Can we count Kyrie as a bench warmer since he technically wasn't playing like the first couple months of the season? Was Kyrie a bench warmer?
I suppose you could, but I mean,
not really. You can't really count that.
Would have said Nick Batum.
Hey,
he started.
Hey, I think I'm gonna make it up. I'm gonna have 2 bench warmers for the next podcast.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
All right.
I'll supplant you this time. Chris Duarte came off the bench for the Pacers today. He actually played very well. He shot 40% from 3, 10 of 14 from the field overall, 24 points, 6 assists, 7 rebounds. He should make an all-rookie team. I know that we talked about him earlier this last year. We talked about it. We haven't talked about him since last year. Get it? Because it's like 2022.
Yeah.
I'm sure all the listeners at home are laughing at this joke. Comment how much you were laughing. He should make an all-rookie team. He's fallen off the wagon a little bit, but this Pacers team is still buns. So I'm not sure how much that matters. But Anthony Edwards made an all-rookie team last year, and the Timberwolves were trash. We got any closing remarks we want to say?
I don't think so. Make sure you check us out on Spotify if you're still watching on YouTube, and follow us on all the socials.
Or check us out on YouTube if you're still watching on Spotify.
It's true.
The Benchwarmers podcast. Yeah.
And I think we will see you guys in the next one.
Yeah, we love you all.
Alrighty, see y'all.
Bye-bye.